Anthony Hartwig here with a Beaver local girls basketball player profile, joined by Tori Duschel. Tori, thank you so much for coming on and talking to us today.
Thanks for having me.
It is your senior season with this program. You put so much time into it. Let's talk about your senior year. What's it been like dealing with all the emotions that senior year brings and realizing it's your last year with the team?
It's definitely a heartbreaker knowing I won't be playing basketball much longer, but it's great. I have two fellow seniors with me, and it's been a ride. We've played together since we were little, from fifth grade on. I mean, it's been fun having one last season with these girls.
How much have you been trying to just take in this year and try to make the most of it? I mean, have you been thinking about it's your senior year a lot of it, or have you just handled it like any other year, trying to make sure that that's not in your mind?
I mean, it's been easy throughout the beginning of the season, but as we kind of near the end of the season, it's starting to get a little more emotional.
What kind of things went through your head on senior night? I mean, that had to be emotional, right? So, what were some of the things that you felt?
It was great. Senior night, we were able to pull off a big win. We were having a bit of a drought winning throughout the season and coming back on senior night with my seniors and the rest of our team. It was nice having a win and having my family there. It was just a fun night.
Yeah, you are not the only senior. Talk about what it's been like to kind of play together with this group of seniors as long as you have, and what they've meant to you, and how much they've helped you in your journey.
My fellow seniors, Laura Reeder and Callie Sorge. Callie and Laura, we've played together since we were young, since fifth grade. I mean, it's great being together. I'm glad Laura only played our freshman year. She just decided to return this season, and we're really happy to have her back. It's great being there with those two and just finishing our seasons together.
When you think of all the things that you've done as athlete at Beaver Local, what are you most proud of that you've accomplished?
Honestly, I'm proud of all how many sports I've been able to maintain with um, good academics. I think I've done a good job. I've played four varsity sports, and I think I've excelled decently in all of them. I'm glad I picked up soccer, and I was able to have fun with that, and it's just been a fun time at Beaver Local.
People here for varsity sports, and you're doing so well academically, and they're like, how in the world do you juggle all that? Like, really, like, how do you manage your time? How are you able to put all your energy into sports, but then also come back home and be as good as you are in the classroom?
It's the support from everyone else. Really, my family's always supported me and been able to allow me to play so many sports, and the coaches are just right there too. They push you to be a student athlete and always put school first, so they let us get our schoolwork done with able to be come on the field and practice too.
It takes a lot of time management to be able to juggle all that. Have you always been good at time management and organization, or do you think that's something that you've grown in as you've gotten older?
It's definitely something I used to struggle with. I was not very good at keeping up with everything. But as I've gotten older and through sports and through different coaches and teachers that I've met, they've definitely helped me with becoming better at time managing.
As we were talking about staying organized and time management, and I want to kind of shift that into like study habits, because everyone has different ways that they like to learn, different ways that work well for them. What are some of the ways that you've been able to study and learn that have made it, that have made it easy for you to succeed as much as you have in the classroom?
I mean, I think it's best to get the work done when it needs to get done. Don't wait for it. I mean, if you have a game, that's going to be a big night. You're focusing on a game. You need to get that work done at school and not have to worry about it after a win or loss.
What are some of the subjects that have been your favorite throughout your high school career?
I'm definitely an English person. I excel. I like to read. I have loved most of my English classes.
And then the flip side of it, I never like to word it least favorite because I don't want to throw shade at any of the teachers out there. But what has been the hardest class? The one that you really have to grind to get the good grades in.
Science has definitely been a struggle for me. It's the ones where I've had to push the most, and luckily I have had good teachers that have helped me get through it.
Good teachers is a perfect segue. I want to ask about the teachers that have been, a part of your journey. Are there any that stick out to you that have really helped you and impacted the journey and the success you have?
Mr. Plum, he's one of my English teachers. I've had him for the last few years, and it does different subjects, and he's definitely helped me both not with the academics, but he also has helped me with sports. Think through some decisions that I've made along the way with those.
All right, now that we talk about, the end of your journey, I want to just reflect a little bit on the beginning of your journey. Talk about the start in basketball and what made you fall in love with the sport, and um, what made you keep coming back to it.
I started probably when I was 5 or 6 at the YMCA playing basketball, and our school offered a fifth and sixth grade girls team, and I came out. And we were really bad, but that was okay. We had fun together. And then I came up for the middle school team and I loved it. It was a great basketball is just such a fun sport and it's so fast paced that it was just an atmosphere I loved to be in.
Now, looking at your numbers, you are rebounding the ball really well this year, which is a lot of the dirty work, that doesn't get a lot of the limelight a lot when you're rebounding. Talk about how much work you put in to do that, and how proud you are of yourself to be able to put up the numbers you're putting, especially on the rebound numbers.
Rebounding is definitely an important part of the game. I mean, you can't score without rebounds, and there are girls on my team that I let focus on scoring. They're great. We have some great shooters, and they always make their way to the hoop. And then I play my part on getting the ball off the board and just setting the play back up.
Now, have you always been a really good rebounder, or do you think that that's a part of your game that you've developed and gotten better at throughout your high school career?
I've definitely not always been strong at rebounding. Normally, my thing, I was always mostly a point guard and stuff in middle school. And then as we developed into a high school team, we didn't have much height. So I had to step up a little bit and learn how to be more of a post player and learn how to do stuff like rebound.
When you're a good rebounder, you have to have that mindset. You have to be physical. You have to be a little bit, mean in the sense that you're going to throw some bodies around and get the rebound. How have you developed that kind of mental aspect of rebounding and being able to go through some contact and being able to be physical?
I think it's just been through all the sports I've played have allowed me to really just know my limits and how to be physical. Soccer's a physical sport. I used to play volleyball. That was a physical sport. You're on the ground a lot. So I'm not afraid of contact. I know that when that ball goes up, I need to win it for my team. So whatever it takes.
All right, let's talk about Beaver Local as a whole, because when we bring Beaver Local athletes on, I love to talk about the community because it's so strong. Every time you go to a Beaver Local game, you know how much they support you guys. What's it been like for you in feeling the community support of your team and the teams that you play on, and how much of that has that meant to you?
I mean, our stands are always full, whether it's a good game or bad game. We still have fans cheering us on the whole time. I love the community aspect. Anytime we have a team that's going to states or has a big game, everyone's there to support them. We have a nice send off. Like everyone's always there for everyone.
And then what is it about the school and the community that makes you proud that you get to represent their colors and wear their name across your chest every night?
Beaver local. I mean, we're always very supportive of each other. I mean, I think it's a great school. I've loved athletics. I think we're a very hardworking school. Like our athletic programs, we are always out there working, like wanting to do our best. We always want to see good athletic seasons, and we're always supporting each other.
Now you play a lot of sports, but and you get a lot of support. But what's your favorite sport to go and watch and support yourself?
Honestly, I know it's probably not the most fun to watch for some people, but I enjoy watching baseball. I think it's a great game to watch. I mean, I personally play softball, so I understand it the most, but baseball games are so fun.
Hey, there you go. Nothing wrong with that. There are a lot of people that love baseball out there. You are not alone in saying that. Let's talk about your future a little bit. You're graduating from Beaver Local. What are some of your plans after high school?
I plan on attending Ohio State and Columbus, the main campus for in the fall.
Wow, that's awesome. I mean, was that something that was a dream of yours to go to Ohio State, or is that something that's kind of, you realized that it had a major you wanted and you went after it, or was it something that was a long-standing goal during high school that you wanted to try to get yourself to Ohio State?
I mean, it was never a goal of mine. I grew up as a Penn State fan. I was never big into Ohio State, but Last year I went and visited Ohio State's campus, and it's just so pretty, and there's so much opportunity there, and I can't wait to go there.
Uh oh, not a Penn State fan anymore, right? What's going to be your major?
Forensic psychology.
And then, do you have like a job in mind that you want that major to lead you to?
I'm not sure. I'd like to work with kids, but I'm not sure
Mhm.
exactly where that will take me. We'll just see.
What made you kind of interested in that as a major? What made you pick that as the path you wanted to go?
So I knew I wanted to do something along the lines of psychology because it's always interested me. And then I started to research a little bit more about the different types, and forensics sounded really interesting to me. So we'll see how it goes.
When we talk to seniors, we also like to talk about leadership, and you obviously it took a big leadership responsibility this year, moving up to a senior. What's that been like to try to be a leader and try to be a good leader to this group? Obviously, you've been a leader on other sports too, so you're kind of used to it. But what's it been like this year to carry out those responsibilities and try to lead this team the best you can?
I mean, I've always liked to say leadership is one of my strong suits, but the girls aren't hard to lead. We're all a team. Like we all work well together, and it's just been me and my seniors. We've tried our best to get everyone excited and ready to play, and it hasn't been hard with this group. We all love each other, and we're all a big family.
Leaders learn how to lead from the people that taught them. So, who are some people in your life that taught you how to be a good leader?
I've had lots of coaches that have shown leadership, and I mean, my parents have always taught me that. My freshman year, there was a lot of seniors that really taught me leadership, and I guess I've just learned from watching them.
And then, as a leader, what kind of legacy do you think you want to leave at Beaver Local? When we ask the leaders of next year, what they learned from being Tori's teammate, what do you hope their answer would be? What kind of mark do you want to leave?
I just want to make sure everyone's a family and everyone feels included on that team, and that everyone's playing to their best. Like um, no one feels left out, and that everyone is always trying their hardest and pushing and giving the most effort they can in order to be best for the whole team.
All right, Tori, before we let you go, we end these player profiles the same way every time. We want to give the player the chance to take the limelight off themselves a little bit and shine on the people in their life, their support system. So I want to give you the time to send out some thank yous and shout outs to the people in your life that you think really deserve it.
I want to thank my parents. They're always there. They've supported me in all the sports I've done throughout my whole life. My grandpa, he showed up to every game, home or away, no matter how far. All my coaches, travel ball, uh, Coach Sword, she's coached me since I was young in basketball, and all my fellow teammates who have helped me along the way.
Tori, we want to thank you so much for coming on and talk to us about your senior year. We definitely wish you the best of luck in the rest of your season and in your future endeavors, and we can't wait to talk to you again real soon.
Thank you.